Well, I love this ground. I know Stade de France is a beautiful stadium to look at, but for me, this just oozes football. The Parc des Princes, and it takes me back, don't laugh folks, 32 years when I described the European Championship final year in 1984. France won that tournament on home soil. They also won it on home soil in 1998 when Mike Ingham and I described the final. So how can they fail, Thierry?
Well, we have
here again.
Yes, exactly. We have the habits of winning a tournament at home.
Ronaldo with a huge smile on his face, but he knows that his team have to deliver tonight. Portugal so disappointed, particularly Ronaldo, at their opening match when they drew with Iceland. Austria, worse. They lost, of course, to Hungary, and as a result of the earlier game in this group, Hungary and Iceland drew 1-1. Hungary now top the group on 4 points. Iceland are in second place with 2 points. Then Portugal's 1 point and Austria's 0 point. And before that Iceland game against Hungary, the Republic of Ireland lost 3-0 to Belgium. They're really up against it now, the Republic of Ireland. Let me give you the two teams. First of all, Portugal. The goalkeeper is Patricio. The defence is Virinha, Pepe, Ricardo Carvalho and Guerrero. Then four across midfield, Quaresma, William Carvalho, Moutinho and Gomez. And finally Nani and Ronaldo. Austria's keeper is Almer. Their defence is Klein, Hinterrigger, Prodl and Fuchs. Fuchs, of course, of Leicester City. He's the Austrian captain. Then Baumgartlinger and Ilsanker as the holding midfield players. Then three, Harnik, Alaba, who's critical to this Austrian side, and Arnautovic. And finally their out-and-out striker, Sabitzer. And I watched their opening game, and I thought I was watching David Luiz when I looked at Baumgartlinger, because he's just the image of the Paris Saint-Germain defender there.
Yeah, got the flowing locks. I thought he had a decent game, to be fair to him. He was trying to prompt the team as he went along. He'll be important, pivotal to Austria from a defensive midfield point of view. It's fascinatingly set up, Alan, and it's going to be interesting to see who takes the game by the scruff of the neck early. Big emphasis obviously on Ronaldo as always. I just worry about Portugal that they over rely on him sometimes, but they've still got talented players in other areas. Big game then. And the stadium is 90% red, but one of the teams had to change their strip tonight. That's Austria, who are in white shirts with black shorts, white socks. Portugal in their red shirts, red shorts and green socks. And it's Nani who's going to start this game. Here in Paris we had a little hint of rain earlier, but thankfully that's cleared away now, and it's late evening sunshine over the French capital. And the ball is back in the Portuguese defence, and it's with Pepe up towards the halfway line. Then he taps it in field, and it's taken up by William Carvalho. We've got two Carvalhos, remember, in the Portuguese team tonight. Here's William Carvalho again, finding Pepe. It's fascinating what tactics Austria deploy. Pepe drives it in the direction of Ronaldo, away on the far side of the field, and it comes out off Klein, the right fullback, and behind for a corner to Portugal.
And you can always see the difference in the setup of Portugal, because Ronaldo was straight on the left, Quaresma straight on the right, and Nani in the middle. And against Iceland they started both of them inside. So it's a pretty much free at the top for Portugal.
Here's the corner, tapped short by Portugal. Now it's played in deep towards the far post, towards Ronaldo, and the goalkeeper Almer took the safety first option. He punched it behind, and it's another corner to Portugal, who started the game very brightly. They would not have expected to have been held by Iceland. I thought Ronaldo was particularly inappropriate with his post-match comments, but this is an opportunity for Portugal to put it right. The corner is going to be taken from this near side of the field by Quaresma. The referee, one of the best, Nicola Soli of Italy. Quaresma, right footed in towards the near post, and that David Luiz lookalike headed the ball away, and then it's volleyed over the crossbar by Ricardo Carvalho, and it's a goal kick to Austria.
Well, we're pleased with the start, Alan. Portugal, they've got on the ball, got the ball into the box on a couple of occasions, 2 corners already without Austria touching the ball.
I mean, I know I said that Portugal weren't expecting to be held by Iceland in the first game. I don't think Austria felt they were going to lose to Hungary. I mean, 9 wins in the qualifying games in succession. But they're up against it now. The ball is played forward, and it's a solitary Austrian chasing it. That was Harnik, and he put a bit of pressure on Patricio, and Patricio hits it out of play carefully on the far side of the field. It's going to be a throw-in to Austria. There isn't an empty seat on the ground. It's wonderful. The throw-in to be taken by Klein up to the edge of the penalty area, and here's Van Gartlinger again looking for Harnik. Eventually they'll swing the cross in, will they? No, not immediately. And he's looking backwards, and he plays a good ball forward. Here's an opportunity, cross towards the far post, and it was a glancing header by Harnik. He could have been on target, Thierry.
He jumped too early. That's why he missed it, because he heads it when he goes down. He jumped too early. Not that I was good with my head, but I can see that. He jumped a bit too early.
I tell you what, it was a magnificent cross in, wasn't it, from Sabitzer? Beautiful football down the right flank from Austria, and it was a great opportunity to get the goal.
I'm worrying for Portugal. Pepe and Ricardo Carvalho were nowhere near Harnik. Anyway, an opportunity.
And that's what can happen when sometimes when Ronaldo is playing on the left, you can enjoy a lot of space on your right hand side, because defending is not his forte, and that's what we ask him sometimes, but you can enjoy some space over there.
Here's Ronaldo on the far side of the field. He's being hustled by Sabitzer, but Ronaldo holds him off, and now it's played from Ricardo Carvalho to Pepe once more, and Pepe over the halfway line, tapped on by Moutinho. Portugal on the attack here. The ball played in by Quaresma. It bounced once in the 6-yard box, but the goalkeeper was careful. It was always going wide. He lets it go wide. It's a goal kick.
Just a little tactical change here on. It looks like Harnik is going to go up the middle, and Sabitzer's on the right, so it's obviously a tactical change from the start.
The goal kick was taken short by Alma, and it's played back to him. And now he clears it up to the excellent Alaba. But it's headed out of play by William Carvalho. It's going to be a throw into Austria on the halfway line. The far side of the field, that's their right in the first half. Austria have no points. Portugal just the 1 point. Now it's back with Hinterich. And he plays it left-footed in the direction of Harnik through the middle. Harnik didn't get much impact with his head, and Portugal take it clear down the far side of the field. In towards Ronaldo. Ronaldo being hustled immediately, but the ball's back with William Carvalho, and that's a magnificent pass to the right-hand side. Quaresma controls it immediately. He's up and into the penalty area. Quaresma is still going. Now he taps it wide. Cross laid low just outside the penalty area. Whipped in, and the header on by Nani over the crossbar.
And it's interesting to see the way Austria is set up that game, because Alaba is playing under the 9 when normally he comes and gets that ball early in between the 2 centre-backs. But like I said, I think they want to play long and make sure that he can get that second ball high on the field to try to hit them on the break on the second ball.
You're watching Alaba play like this in this advanced role for Austria. I wonder why Bayern don't use him like that, or maybe they've got so many quality players they don't need to, Thierry.
Maybe for
possibly.
Sure. they have a lot of players, but if you have the luxury of having a guy like that can go in between your two centre back, or himself playing as a centre back, it's an easy one when you have to bring the ball out.
Quality player. Portugal 0, Austria 0 here on 5 Live. Thierry Henry and Neil Lennon alongside me here in the Parc des Princes in Paris. Austria have it in defence. Hooks taps it in from the left side, and now it's played to Arnautovic. Arnautovic had a very quiet opening game, but I think it was a successful pass in field. But the Austrian Ozanka must have used his hand. That's certainly what the referee indicates he did, and it's a free kick to Portugal, which Pepe is about to take just to the right of the centre circle. Just taps it to Moutinho on the halfway line. On to Quaresma, back to Moutinho. Moutinho's pass directed vaguely in the direction of Nani was wide of the striker, and it's out of play for a throw into Austria.
I'm actually interested to see what Quaresma is going to do today, because As a youngster, he was as good as Ronaldo. People thought he was going to do even better at one point, and then, you know, when he has a good day, it's very, very unpredictable. But also when he's having a bad day, he's also very unflexible.
He's not wasted out wide, is he, Thierry Quaresma?
No, because he can cross with the outside of his foot. He can beat people. He can play anywhere. He has that quality, but when he wants.
Austria have got a free kick, 10, 15 yards over the halfway line. Fuchs, the left back and captain, he's going to take it. And up comes Prodl from the centre of the defence. He's an obvious target, lurking outside the Portuguese penalty area. There's the signal from Fuchs, and it's played in well into the penalty area. Well defended too by Portugal. Then it's headed back in by Arnautovic, headed away by Ricardo Carvalho, and they still haven't cleared it properly, Portugal. Portugal give the ball back to Austria. Alaba then gives it away, and William Carvalho plays it to the right side. And now here's Quaresma sprinting forward. Ronaldo's nearby. Quaresma's looking for Nani with a crossfield ball. Ronaldo had taken defenders with him, obviously, but the pass wasn't quite right. Now it's back with Hinterrigg. And Hinterrigg clears up to Harnik, who's playing through the middle for Austria. Got a shove in the back there by Pepe, and it's a free kick.
We saw before on that counter, Quaresma was looking at Nani to make a run in behind, and Nani didn't make actually a run. He just stood there, and the ball became even more difficult to pass. If you run in behind, it would have been an easier pass, and you can run into it.
And of course, that's the advantage. If you've got someone the quality of Ronaldo in your team, and he runs, he takes two defenders with him. Here is Nani on the far side of the field. Loses the ball rather easily, and Austria have it inside their own half. Played by Prodl to the far side of the field, and Klein, the right fullback. Back to Prodl. Prodl's into the team because Dragovic is suspended, having been sent off in their opening match against Hungary. 2 yellow cards. Prodl once more. No red shirts anywhere near him at the moment. Forward to Baumgartlinger. Back to Prodl, and subsequently back to the goalkeeper, Alma. Prodl once more. And they're just tapping the ball amongst themselves at the moment, the Austrians, not making any forward progress. Now it's cleared by the goalkeeper over the halfway line. It's a kindly bounce. Reaches Alaba. Alaba loses possession more easily than he usually does, but it's given back to him. The referee, though, has spotted something, and I think there's a free kick for a challenge on Ricardo Carvalho. Well, I'm not sure about that.
I was going to say there wasn't much in that, was there? Wasn't much in that at all.
Ricardo Carvalho is a specialist at doing this.
And he's playing alongside the master and Pepe.
Yeah.
Dear, oh dear.
The dark horse.
Experience.
Oh well, that's the way some nations do it. So be it. Here is Ricardo Carvalho, the oldest outfield player in the competition. He's 38 years of age now, and he's still a very, very good defender. And it's with Nani. Nani back to Ricardo Carvalho, onto Matinho. Matinho right of the centre circle, finds Pepe. The pass back to Matinho was under hit, put Matinho under pressure, but he got the pass forward and he found Quaresma. And Quaresma looking to the far side of the field, but decides against the long pass. And instead it's with William Carvalho, who flicks it infield straight to a white shirt. Alaba takes it up, immediately tackled by Matinho. Ball squirts away into Austrian possession. Then it was actually given back to Portugal, and they didn't clean it up.
It's just a little bit scrappy, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Both teams giving the ball away cheaply, and when they've had good opportunities to break.
But there is something that starts to happen. Quaresma is not getting the ball, he's in midfield. Ronaldo is also in midfield. Nani also in midfield. You have no width whatsoever. Easy for the back four.
I thought that's where France played first half the other night, Thierry. It got really narrow.
And that was really poor.
Yeah.
Gomez to Ricardo Carvalho, forward to William Carvalho. And again he hits the pass towards the right side. That was well anticipated by Fuchs, who heads it out of play for a throw in to Portugal.
And what it does now, it forces your fullback to go really high and almost play as wingers. We saw that the other day in the French game in the opening game. Sorry.
Gomez in a central position, and the cross is swung into the Austrian penalty area, headed away comfortably by Hinterrigger. And now, oh goodness, they got that pass right through to Harnik. He was virtually clear, but it wasn't right. And he's back with Patricio, the Portuguese goalkeeper. Out to Pepe. Pepe to Matinho. Still inside his own half, just a yard or two short of the halfway line. Plays the ball through the centre circle to Ricardo Carvalho. Onto the Valencia player, Gomez. Gomez to the left side, and the captain, Ronaldo, jinks one way then the other. Finally plays the ball forward, doesn't quite reach Nani, but it's out of play off an Austrian body, and the throw-in is taken by Ronaldo. Nani into the penalty area. Here's a chance. Good save by the goalkeeper. Blocked the shot with his left foot. Should have been 1-0.
That's great skill from Nani. I have to say,
there's a shot driven in, and the goalkeeper Almer saves again.
Brilliant bit of action there. I have to say, the keeper's done fantastically well there, Alan. Nani did brilliantly to lose his marker. Tries to slide it under him. Keeper stands up well, and then reacts brilliantly to a long-range shot. So brilliant bit of action there.
Good goalkeeping, Thierry.
Yes, it was. Great piece of skill. The goalkeeper stood his ground, and he actually saves it. You know, I'm not the type of guy that will give a lot of credit to goalkeepers, but he met the ball with his leg, not the ball made his leg.
Corner to Portugal. Quaresma to take it from the far side of the field. That's the Portuguese left. Driven in deep. It's headed on by William Carvalho, but straight through to the goalkeeper Almer, who secures the ball with both hands. So certainly the first opportunity of the game to Portugal. And earlier Harnik had a chance if he hadn't quite mistimed his jump to meet a really inviting cross. The header was wide. It's Portugal 0, Austria 0. You're listening to 5 Live on the BBC. Thierry Henry and Neil Lennon alongside us, and just to emphasise, there are subtitles for those of you who can't make out our Ulster accents on the BBC. Ball played in, Harnik heads it down towards Alaba. It's cleared by Ricardo Carvalho, successfully cleared, didn't go by for a corner.
Bit more direct from Austria there, played off Arnautovic. Great header into Harnik. It was set up again, got way to Arnautovic. It was a lovely floated ball in, and if Harnik had got the header right, Alaba was in for a free shot at goal. A little bit better from Austria. They've looked a little bit tentative the last 5 or 10 minutes, but I think Thierry's right. If they go a little bit more direct, they might get a bit of joy here today.
A good error on the far side of the field. The Portuguese left back into Gomez in the centre circle, and Gomez looking for Nani down the right. It's headed away by Fuchs, but it picked up by Portugal, and then Nani loses it. Arnautovic, of whom we haven't seen a great deal so far, to Alaba, but Alaba's pass straight to William Carvalho of Portugal. Now to Gomez. And Gomez is playing in a much more central role than we were expecting him, certainly than I was expecting him. Here he is again, back to William Carvalho, and he finds Pepe just over the halfway line now. Pepe on, and it's played towards the far side of the field, towards Quaresma, who's popped up on the left now. And then Portugal lose possession. That's careless. It's driven towards Harnik. Harnik jumps, heads it on, but Pepe was back supporting Ricardo Carvalho, and it's through to Patricio.
That's not the first time that they get the ball off Ronaldo inside. They're very aware of what he can do, and as soon as he's back to the game, they go and put pressure on him straight away.
William Carvalho onto Nani. Ronaldo's through the middle. Quaresma's down the left. Nani on the right side for Portugal. Taps it back to William Carvalho onto Verina. Verina's pass, not a good one, intercepted by Austria, and Harnik plays the ball successfully back to his goalkeeper. The clearance wasn't the mightiest, and it might be back with Portugal now. It's with Ronaldo. Ronaldo's offside.
There is something also that I noticed. You have Andre Gomes, William Carvalho and Moutinho. They all drop to get the ball. If you don't form that triangle every time at all costs to make sure that you can disturb them, sometimes there are 3 of them flat in midfield, and therefore there is no one in between the middle and the strikers. It's difficult to go in there.
The other problem is then, Thierry, you don't get a midfielder coming forward and supporting maybe the lone striker or the front 3. They seem to me, Portugal, to be very off the cuff in the front 3. They rotate quite a lot, and they rely basically on individual skill to get them a bit of joy. There doesn't seem to be a flow to the way they play at times.
Here's Harnik. Back to Alaba. Alaba halfway inside the Portuguese half, and then it somehow sneaks through to Arnautovic, but he's quickly tackled by Ricardo Carvalho, and it's out of play for a throw into Austria, level with the edge of the Portuguese penalty area. Fortunate on 5 Live tonight to get the incisive thoughts of Thierry Henry and Neil Lennon. Here in the Parc des Princes in Paris. Fuchs, the captain of Austria, throws back to Baumgartlinger. Baumgartlinger to the left side, and Fuchs onto Arnautovic, taken up by Fuchs again, edge of the penalty area, didn't quite deliver the cross from the left hand side. Arnautovic then barged into the Portuguese player, and that's definitely a free kick for the challenge on Nani. And the referee's going to have a word with Arnautovic and Nani, neither of whom are slow to voice their opinions. But that's the way it is when you've got talent. Portugal 0, Austria 0. 17 minutes played here in Paris. Earlier, Belgium beat the Republic of Ireland by 3-0. Difficult defeat for Martin O'Neill's side to take. And then in this group, Iceland won, Hungary won. Iceland led for a long while there, and another late goal in this European Championship brought a vital point for Hungary. They currently top this group on 4 points. Their last game is against Portugal. You spotted something, Thierry?
No, the thing is, I'm trying to say is one of the three in midfield is going to have to go a tiny bit higher to support the front three, and they're staying in front of that wall. It's not going to be easy if no one goes in there.
Gomez crosses in towards Ronaldo, cleared on the volley by Hinteregger up to the centre circle, where it's headed down carefully by Pepe, and on by Viorina to the near side, and Quaresma, who's down the right again. He can't get past Brooks, and here's Van Gartlinger back into his penalty area in the direction of the goalkeeper. I'm not sure he wanted it, and as he tried to smash the clearance, it actually hit Hinteregger. Could have gone anywhere. Fortunately for Austria, went behind for a corner.
First and foremost, the 3 passes before should have gone forward. They went back. What do you want the goalkeeper to do? He's going to have to kick it, and he missed it.
All you're doing is inviting pressure.
Yeah.
You know, that's because of not being positive with the ball.
Quaresma, corner from the right for Portugal, played in very deep, header by Ricardo Carvalho, wide of goal. And Ronaldo was looking at Carvalho as if to say, why didn't you just leave it to me? He thinks he should have had the header. Not quite.
It would have been a difficult header to score from there.
Certainly. So we're still waiting really, Thierry, for Ronaldo to spark into life.
The team has to come into life, in all fairness. That's not going to happen only because Ronaldo will happen. Well, you have to put him in some situation where he can express himself.
I think we've got a picture there of Benzema in the stadium here. Benzema not required by Didier Deschamps in the French squad. And by the way, amongst the many people attending this game, Luis Figo, 127 caps for Portugal, surpassed tonight by Ronaldo, who's now got 128, and he's only scored 58 goals. Unbelievable record.
Stanzas are slipping.
William Carvalho to Ronaldo, back to William Carvalho, and on to Moutinho. Inside right channel for Portugal. Moutinho, unhappy with the movement ahead, looks in field again, plays it to William Carvalho, and now it's Ricardo Carvalho to Gomez. Everybody bar Patricio is inside the Austrian half. Ronaldo takes it up, shoots, hits a defender, rebounds to the far side of the field, but Guerrero can't make best use of it, though he has won a throw-in.
Yeah, they got a wee bit fortunate there. Ronaldo's shot.
When you're a player of that magnitude, sometimes it's not easy to stay out wide on the wing, because you feel like you're not in the game, and that's what he's trying to do now. He's trying to force a decision, and that's going to suit Austria. In all fairness, sorry.
It reminds me of France the other night, Thierry. Everything's being played in front of Austria. Austria are quite content to let it happen. There's nobody really going and driving the game at the minute and trying to eliminate people. As soon as France brought Pogba on the other night, the whole dynamic of the team changed.
Here's Arnautovic, still inside his own half. He put Van Gartlinger under pressure, and Van Gartlinger couldn't keep possession. It's with William Carvalho for Portugal. And on it comes to the near side by Moutinho to Viorina, the right fullback. He loves to get forward. He tried to get the cross in, only hit, I think, Alaba, but it's back into Portuguese possession, and Portugal certainly dominating possession so far.
But Neil, we go back to the same thing. There is no width. No width in the game, so they can defend all day, Austria, like that.
It's too easy. You got to stretch teams when they're sitting in.
Pepe in the Austrian half. Now back from Quaresma to William Carvalho, who shoots it towards the left side. Good ball. Good arrow. The fullback up to the edge of the penalty. Plays a 1-2. This is excellent. Into Ronaldo, and he misses from 8 yards.
That's exactly how they have to create. And fortunately for them, the fullbacks understood that the left fullback understood that he had to go, create the width, receive the ball, cross ball back, and 9 times out of 10 Ronaldo scores there.
It comes from Carvalho switching the play quickly, Thierry. And you let back Guerrero, give him the width. It was a lovely 1-2, to be fair. Ronaldo's unlucky. It's a great move. But it's better, Alan, from Portugal.
I think it should have been 1-0. I mean, Ronaldo would normally convert that opportunity, however sharp it was. The goal kick is taken rather poorly by Almer, the Austrian goalkeeper. He gets the ball back from the captain Fuchs, and now the clearance is a little better towards the halfway line, headed forward by Viorina, the right fullback for Portugal. But now Austrian possession again. Alaba fouled though by William Carvalho. Alaba sort of spun away from the challenge and just invited the Italian referee to give the free kick, which he duly did.
The problem is when you have Alaba playing so high, then he doesn't start the way you play from the back, and then obviously after he's not at the top of it. So it is a decision that you need to take. Are they going to change at the half time? I don't know, but we need to see Alaba in the game.
Klein on the far side of the field following the Austrian free kick, but Portugal managed to clear that. Then it's hit back upfield by Austria. It's one bounce and it's behind the goal to our left. It'll be a goal kick to Portugal. I don't think Parisio has any scares other than that early cross that was headed wide by Harnik. The goal kick taken short by Portugal. Gomez of Valencia takes it out. Guerrero had made the run forward, took the pass, didn't control the ball properly, and Austria should clear it. That was a push by Nani, and it's a free kick to Austria, and again it's got a little bit scrappy.
Yeah, they're going to have to be a little bit braver, Austria, particularly on centre midfield on the ball, because they're playing very, very safe at the minute, which means Alaba's getting dragged back and Harnik's been really isolated. We've not seen anything of Arnautovic either. They haven't been able to get the ball to him in wide areas, and everything is suiting Portugal at the minute. They're the team in the ascendancy so far.
I suppose Austria wouldn't decline a point. Their last game is against Iceland, and 4 points in this bizarre European Championship setup might be enough to see a third place team through into the last 16. Here's Harnik just to the left of the Portuguese penalty, but two defenders with him, and they win out. And now here's one of them, Ricardo Carvalho, hits towards the right side, kept in play by Quaresma, and that was a good ball play to Nani. Nani let it go beyond him and straight into Austrian possession once more, but that's carelessly put out of play by Klein. Throw into Portugal on the far side of the field. Throw goes to Ronaldo. Ronaldo taps it back to Gomez, and Gomez almost on the halfway line on the Portuguese left side with Guerrero into Ronaldo. Ronaldo volleyed pass back to Gomez, and now Ricardo Carvalho. I haven't seen the stats yet for possession, but it must be 2-1 in Portugal's favour. But it's 0-0 in the game. Now they've got a corner though. Klein under pressure, took the safety option and headed it behind. He didn't know where Nani was. So it's a corner from the far side of the field. That's the left. Quaresma will take it, and Ricardo Carvalho, who's excellent in the air, is up inside the penalty area near Pepe, near Ronaldo. A triple threat, and William Carvalho's there as well. Quaresma plays it in very deep. Ricardo Carvalho, nobody in a red shirt can get that, and it's out and behind.
It's kind of weird because we mentioned it before, but I think Austria should actually play long and direct because they cannot deal with it. And it's kind of weird for me to see that Pepe and Ricardo Carvalho are struggling in terms of the aerial battles, because they struggle against Iceland and they're struggling tonight against Austria. Every time Austria has been dangerous is because they're playing long, and I don't know why they're trying to play short now.
Portugal 0, Austria 0, 20 minutes to half time.
That is a piece of nonsense. And all they're doing, Austria, at the minute, is inviting more and more pressure onto themselves instead of playing the percentages, playing up the pitch, get it up to Harnik, get it up to Arnautovic, and all they're doing at the minute is just putting themselves under massive pressure.
The goal kick was taken short, the ball was played back to him, and then he's under pressure and he puts it straight out of play.
That's the fifth time, by the way.
Yep, not good enough. Surely they need to rethink that. Alaba jumps with Pepe in the halfway line. Neither of them controls it properly, and it's played back by William Carvalho to Ricardo Carvalho to Patricio, and Patricio's clearance crosses the halfway line where it's won by Ilsanka, and now Fuchs takes it up, the left full back for Austria. That's a good ball forward. Then there was a shove on Harnik. The referee was nearby and he decided it wasn't, so Portugal play it away. The pass was aimed at Ronaldo. Now he gets it in the second opportunity. Now he goes down, and he was fouled. It was actually good refereeing by Nicola Rizzoli. He was waiting to see if there was an advantage for Portugal. There wasn't sufficient advantage, and he blows his whistle for the challenge on Ronaldo.
I actually thought it was initial foul, Alan. You know, Carvalho did shove Harnik over, and I thought that was a free kick.
Yes, yeah. I thought so too. But I'm To be honest, I think the standard of the refereeing in the tournament has been superb.
I think it's been absolutely excellent.
Really top notch.
And that's coming from me.
Hey, listen, when it comes from me, it's really special if I'm not criticising referees. But the good, I like this man in particular, Rizzoli. After the free kick, Gomez back to Ricardo Carvalho. And on to Pepe. He's got a free licence to cross the halfway line every time he gets the ball. And he overhits that pass vaguely in the direction of Ronaldo, but ahead of his captain, and through to Alma, the Austrian keeper.
At least they were a bit better positioned, more structured. They had width, they had running behind, they had guy dropping. The centre back was driving inside the field, so they were a bit more structured.
Fuchs heads the ball on, but there was already a free kick awarded to Austria for a foul by Viorina on Arnautovic. Arnautovic is hardly in the game, and he didn't have a good first match either. Now this propensity of getting a ball on as quickly as possible onto the pitch for the umpteenth time means we have to delay, while the second ball is not off the playing surface. Now the free kick can be taken. Fuchs back to Hinteregger to Alaba to Arnautovic being closely marked and drives that ball. Oh, he did really well, Harnik, finding Alaba, the low cross in towards his colleague again, intercepted by Pepe and cleared by Portugal. It's a lovely volleyed pass by Ronaldo to Gomez now to Quaresma on the far side of the field. Ronaldo, they're not watching him in the inside right channel. Quaresma cuts in field, can't get the crossover, but he has won a corner.
Listen, you have to give Martin Harnik a lot of credit. I don't know how he controlled all those balls that they keep sending at him, because they're not really nice balls to control. And he's putting a lot of pressure on Portugal, but now it's Portugal on the ball.
Quickly. Cross in towards Nani. Nani's header up against the post, rebounds, and then the shot is driven over by Matinho. That was almost again 1-0 to Portugal.
They're sleeping, absolutely sleeping at the short corner. And Nani, the smallest guy in the box, is a free header 6 yards out. Should have scored, really.
But he was standing there for 5 seconds without moving. He didn't even move. The ball came to him, had it, post.
Fuchs over the halfway line for Austria, who really should be behind given the chances that Portugal have created in these opening 29 minutes. Arnautovic though, into Alaba, back to Arnautovic, but it was a poor return pass from the Bayern player, overhit, and it's behind for a goal kick.
He's not been great so far in the game, and I'm a big fan of Alaba.
Yes.
Just the little touches, even the one where Harnik did brilliantly and set him up in the wide area. The cross was poor, and then poor return ball for Arnautovic there.
But Neil, it's a different ball game when you face the game and when you're back to the game.
Oh, no question.
It's not the same thing. It's not used to be in that position, and obviously him being who he is, they trust him to be on the ball, but most of the time he's back to the game, so it's not an easy one.
It's still 0-0, half an hour played here on 5 Live, but really it shouldn't be. Portugal have been the better side, dominating possession, creating the chances, haven't taken them. Here's Gomez. Portugal to Ricardo Carvalho, swiftly on to Guerreiro on the far side of the field, the Portuguese left. The pass to Quaresma was overhit, and it's well shepherded behind by the defender Podol for a goal kick. Perhaps if Austria get to half-time at 0-0, cheery. Quaresma said something to the referee and he's been booked.
Listen, we've seen that before with them. They were in total control against Iceland in the first half. And if you don't take advantage of what you're producing, you give the opposition a chance to obviously maybe win the game in the second half. So they should have been ahead, but they're not.
Well, again, they take the goal kick short, Austria, when it hasn't been the best tactic so far. They got away with it on this occasion, and now it's played forward to Alaba. Alaba, terrible pass into his own half, picked up by Ronaldo. Carvalho to Ronaldo again. He shoots. It's blocked on the edge of the D. Rebounds towards the far side, towards Quaresma. Sabitzer gets there first. Sabitzer clears to Harnik into Alaba. Alaba tries to play it back to Harnik, but again the pass goes to a Portuguese foot, and it's back with Patricio, and Patricio clears it away towards the far side of the field. Baumgartlinger heads it down, only to William Carvalho. He's probably seen as much of the ball as anybody else. And now that's again a loose pass back by Portugal this time, but Harnik couldn't quite get onto it, and it's cleared by Portugal towards the near side of the field, where Viorina falls over. He wasn't fouled, so no free kick. Now it's Matinho towards Ronaldo. Ronaldo immediately challenged. Ball breaks away to Matinho once more. Nani's down the right, and it's chipped towards Nani. Nani takes it on his chest. He didn't keep it in play, and it's going to be a throw into Austria.
That was a very dangerous ball that Alaba lost there. But what you saw with him, because he's not used to play back to the game, he doesn't check his shoulder. He thinks that he's going to get maybe smashed, or I don't know. But he lost control of a great touch that he has, and he nearly put Ronaldo through there.
I thought Ronaldo could have got the shot off quicker, Thierry.
Yeah.
And he allowed the Hinteregger out to block the shot.
13 minutes to half time. Portugal 0, Austria 0 earlier. Belgium beat the Republic of Ireland by 3-0. And then in this group, it finished Iceland 1, Hungary 1. Iceland so close.
I really don't get it. I don't get what I'm saying right now.
Here's Quaresma, just outside the Austrian penalty area. Back heels the ball towards Guerrero. Comes back off a defender's shin and is out of play for a throw.
They're committing suicide, aren't they?
They keep on losing the ball, trying to play out from the back when there is no... I don't understand why they're playing out from the back. It doesn't make any sense. When they play long, they encounter success. They keep on inviting pressure.
They keep giving the goalkeeper kick in practice, and he can't kick it, Thierry.
No, he cannot.
He's not a great kicker of the ball, especially when the ball's moving back towards him.
Nani's gone down. Foul tackled. Ronaldo just having a word in the in the Italian referee's face, as if, shouldn't that be a yellow card? Well, I think we can leave it to the officials to decide. It's certainly a free kick, of that there's no doubt. So Nani's okay. Magnificent recovery from the stretcher case he was just 10 seconds ago. And he's up on the edge of the D of the Austrian penalty area.
Oh, that's funny.
Thankfully somebody thinks it's funny. So Pepe, is it to take the free kick, or will it be Guerrero's left foot? He's come across to this right side. It's left to Guerrero, and then it was telegraphed, the pass from the free kick to Quaresma, and it's intercepted by Alaba. Alaba swings the ball forward. Ricardo Carvalho intervenes quite comfortably. Then the ball's back to Ricardo Carvalho, wide to the right side, and Villarina slips as he clears it to the halfway line, where it's chested back by Pooks, the captain. Now it's with Alaba. Alaba heads it down, can't find Sabitzer, and Portugal now have it in the centre circle. Now this is promising. Here's Quaresma. Ronaldo's to the left. Quaresma keeps going forward. He's got Nani to his right. It's played to Nani. Now Ronaldo's in the penalty. He wants to cross. There it is. Ronaldo's header, saved by the goalkeeper. He was offside anyway, it appears.
Didn't look at Alan.
No. Didn't think so. But the flag was very quickly up.
He's fantastic at that, isn't he?
No, that's not offside.
You think he's all... No, I agree.
Offside.
But look at the spring and the time, and that's why he's one of the best players in the world.
Nevertheless, he didn't score, because if not, that would have been a little argument there, because I don't think he was offside.
No, I don't either.
Anyway, I will always give the striker the benefit of the doubt.
No. No.
Oh, finally they understood. Neil, they're playing long.
Portugal 0, Austria 0. 10 minutes to go to half time here in 5 Live. It's a privilege for me to sit alongside Neil Lennon and Thierry Henry here in the Parc des Princes in Paris. Patricio, who's had nothing to do. Cigar is to his right if he needs it. Nani to Ronaldo. Ronaldo on the left side for Portugal. Faced by Klein. Ronaldo then flicks the ball. Didn't quite get the delivery that he wanted to Guerrero. And I think went out of play off Guerrero. And it's going to be a throw in to Austria. And Ronaldo's just laughing at the decision. Clearly feels it should have been a throw in to Portugal.
You also could have passed the ball normally.
Yeah.
You know, that could have worked.
But it looks better when you try it like that.
Yeah,
but only when it comes off, Thierry.
Exactly.
So Austria cleared over the halfway line. Arnautovic allows the ball to glance off his forehead, hoping that Harnik would be in the end of it. He wasn't. Not his fault. Just misdirected the header. Gomez to Guerrero for Portugal. On the far side, that's the Portuguese left. Into William Carvalho. William Carvalho to Matinho, right of the centre circle. Ronaldo's come to this near side, towards the Portuguese right. It's Villarina, the fullback. On now. And Quaresma gets to the ball. Has he won a corner? Yes, he has. Did you see the lack of movement of the goal line assistant there? You see the way he just stood there like a tailor's dummy, no indication whatsoever to the assistant as to what the decision should be.
Me and you could do that.
I'm going to do that when I retire. I am. If they could find a uniform big enough for me to wear, I'm going to be a goal line assistant. Corner taken by Portugal's Quaresma to Matinho. Back to Quaresma. Quaresma then sweeps it sort of casually in with the outside of his right foot. He's looking to get it back. Ronaldo shoots straight at the goalkeeper. Didn't get enough far on the shot.
You will find out actually Quaresma is outstanding with the outside of his right foot. That's why they said that corner up. I think that's how he hits the ball the best, I think.
Just didn't sit for Ronaldo there. It was just a little bit behind him. He couldn't get enough purchase on it.
Well, they've had all the chances.
Well,
Portugal.
Austria need half time to come, because at the minute they're absolutely creating nothing, and they're very, very tentative and just inviting pressure. And if Portugal have anything about them, it's a great time for them to score, and it'll be thoroughly deserved, because Austria are offering nothing at the minute.
Here's Alaba though for Austria on the halfway line. Now he may be caught there by Ricardo Carvalho. The referee certainly indicates it's a free kick to Austria. We've got 7 minutes left in the first half. And again, that was so casually taken by Austria, giving the ball away, and then Nani gives it away to Austria. Here's Alaba onto the far side of the field, and Sabitzer down the right flank, takes on Guerrero, tries to get the cross in now, it hits the fullback, and that's gone behind, or maybe decided to play just for a throw-in. It's not a corner to Austria. Arnautovic is going across there anyway. Arnautovic sort of in and out of this game, and as the ball's thrown to him, he loses it, and then trying to win it back, he fouls the left fullback Guerrero, and it's a free kick to Portugal.
That's twice he's done that, just silly fouls when the defender's not going anywhere, and it just lets the pressure off, and Portugal can get the free kick.
He's had some outstanding games last season for Stoke City, but so far hasn't quite delivered on a stage as huge as this one. Patricio to take the free kick for Portugal from outside his penalty area, and he drives it left-footed high towards Gomez. Gomez beaten in the air though. So it falls to Austria. Arnautovic flicks it on. Alaba's after it. Harnik's running through the middle. There's the cross in. It rebounds off the defender, and then Alaba goes down. And what's the referee's decision? What's he giving? I think he's given a free kick just outside the penalty area. A fraction outside the penalty area.
But every time they play direct, quick flick, they find an opportunity. They don't have the quality of Portugal to stay on the ball. So they're going to have to find a way to play like that. I mean, in the second half, it's clear, Neil, that they're going to have to play like that.
Well, what they've done now is they've put Arnautovic up the middle, which makes sense because he's a technician, and they might be able to bounce passes off. And there was a lovely little reverse volley into Alaba's run, and it was better, a little bit better. I didn't think that was a free kick, and Pepe got booked as well, Alan, by the way.
I better mark that down. Pepe.
I thought you already had.
No, I always give him a yellow card before the game.
Yeah,
Exactly, that should have been a second yellow, then he'd been off. So the free kick is literally inches outside the penalty area. It's to the right of the penalty area as Austria look at it. Alaba is an obvious candidate to take this free kick. The angle's very acute, but Alaba.
Be careful with the two guys at the edge of the box. No one's at the edge of the box for Portugal. If that ball bounces back, it can be a goal for Austria.
So here's Alaba to come forward. It's an opportunity. It's played in low, and the goalkeeper missed it, but it couldn't be touched over the line. It was brilliantly defended in the end. I think Matinho was back there, and it's Matinho again.
Attacks on here to get it right.
Well, Patricio was beaten. That was a clear opportunity for Austria. Their first proper opportunity, Thierry.
Yeah, it was. I mean, but you have to give a lot of credit to. I think it was Verinia on the line there. I don't know how he took that out. He kept that out. Sorry.
Did it brilliantly. Now he plays the ball forward. Quaresma's offside, and it's a free kick to Austria. So that was encouragement.
Oh wow!
What a great header away.
And it's a great ball in as well, Alan.
It would have been a goal because I think the Austrian player would have put that in. Great defending.
Fantastic. That's a goal-saving
Harnik was on the far post. So encouragement for Austria as we approach half-time here in the Parc des Princes in Paris. It remains, though, Portugal 0, Austria 0. And I'm sure Iceland would prefer this game to finish 0-0 as well, keeping their hopes alive of somehow qualifying for the last 16. Ronaldo on the halfway line, glancing header in field by the captain, directed towards Nani, but it's cleared by Hinteregger, and now it's bouncing out of play on the far side of the field. Meantime, two players have collided. One of them certainly Ricardo Carvalho, the other is Alaba, and the referee has stopped play. Accidental collision, you think? Yeah, I mean, an accidental clash of heads. The atmosphere is very good inside the stadium. Noisy, particularly from the Austrian contingent, which is predominantly to the right of where we're seated. Our position high above the halfway line, easily one of the best positions I've had so far in this European Championship. Not that there's been a bad position. They've all been very good.
Some colour around the stadium as well, Alan. It's
Wonderful.
absolutely fantastic. The pitch looks great, and also it's probably the best pitch I've seen in the tournament so far.
Plays resumed. Guerrero after the free kick, after the resumption of play rather, into Nani. Nani back, and now it's a pass looking for Pepe. Pepe leaves it for William Carvalho. William Carvalho to Gomez. Gomez a few yards outside the penalty area to Quaresma. Gomez once more. Gomez swings the cross in, easily headed away by Austria, and it bounces out of play on the near side. Throw in to Portugal. 2 minutes left of the first half. We have had a couple of stoppages, so there will be added time. Quaresma takes that throw in on his chest, then crossed on the volley, headed away and out of play again for another Portuguese throw in. This time the throw goes to Gomez. Gomez back to Viorina, and it was high looking for Ronaldo's forehead. Ronaldo jumped, but the ball missed him, and it's out of play for an Austrian throw in on the far side of the field.
Yeah, I think Austria were pleased to see it through to half time at 0-0. Portugal have had the better chances, dominated the majority of possession. Maybe Austria are hoping to get a set play and score from that. They almost did with the Alaba one, but certainly they're capable of showing more at the minute, Alan. They've been very, very tentative, particularly at the back and in central midfield.
After the throw-in, Klein hits it towards the halfway line. William Carvalho heads it back down that left flank for Portugal. And the referee, the flag is up for offside against Nani, and it's going to be a free kick to Austria. Last minute of the first half here on 5 Live. Portugal 0, Austria 0. Austria would take a point, wouldn't they?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Well, they would the way they're playing at the minute anyway.
By the way, Thierry has disappeared momentarily to fulfill television duties. We can talk about him now. Hasn't he been absolutely awful? I can't make out a word he says. I
told him, Alan, he was working with two connoisseurs of the game, and he had to up it. He had to up his game today.
No, he's great. And I've never properly met Thierry Henry before. What a lovely
Neither did I.
I
couldn't get near him on the football pitch.
No airs and graces about him. He's just lovely.
He's an absolute gentleman. Superstar of the game as well, the way he carries himself on and off the field.
Right, the throw-in goes to Ronaldo. Ronaldo just shoved aside there comfortably, and it's behind for a goal kick to Austria, which is taken short again. Played out by Almer to Fuchs, and there's no added time at the end of the first half, Neil. We had at least a couple of stoppages, but none added time at the end of the 45 minutes. Your thoughts?
Yeah, chances at both ends, but Portugal probably feel a little bit aggrieved they're not a goal up. I think there's more to come from Austria. Well, from what I've seen of them in the past, I think they've been playing it safe. We haven't seen anything of Ivanovic in the game, or Hornick for that matter. The two best chances of the game probably fell to Nani when you really want them to fall to Ronaldo. But I would say both managers will be pleased enough with the way the first half has gone.
Portugal certainly dominated the first half, but it's 0-0. No changes in either team at the start of this second half, so Portugal lined up with Patricio in goal, then defenders Viorina, Pepe, Ricardo Carvalho and Guerrero, then we've got Quaresma, William Carvalho, Moutinho and Gomez, and finally Nani and Ronaldo. Austria's keeper is Almer. He made some important saves. He was also beaten on occasion, but the effort didn't find the net. It was either the post or wide. Then their defence, Klein, Prodl, Hinteregger, Fuchs, the captain, then Baumgartlinger and Ilsanker, deep-lying midfield players. Then we've got Sabitzer, Alaba and Arnautovic, and Harnik not playing on the right tonight, but playing through the middle. And he's done okay, but that's his good as you can say about Austria as a whole. They've done okay.
He's been starved of service, that's for sure, but any service he has had, he's dealt with quite well.
Austria in their revised strip, white shirts with black shoulders, black shorts, white socks. Portugal in their customary kit of red shirts, red shorts and green socks. And it's Austria who are on the attack at the moment. Harnik checks the ball back, shot driven in, good save by Patricio. The first save he's had to make all night. Ilsanker's shot from around about 18 yards.
That's fantastic play, and for once they've got a midfield support in Harnik. Harnik, lovely little layoff. I think it was Ilsanker. Yeah, Ilsanker had the shot. It was a fantastic shot, 25 yards, and really Patricio had to get down and make a very good save.
You have to give Harnik a lot of credit because he knows what to do with the ball. He stopped that counter just now also after that missed chance, and he's also trying to get the ball back just now. I think he's the one that you can say has been a little bright spark for that team.
Well, that's certainly given Portugal something to think about at the start of this second half. Portugal with a throw in on this near side, taken by Guerrero towards Nani, comes off an Austrian body, out of play, another throw in. They've gained about 10 yards. And they're now over the halfway line, Portugal. Guerrero once more. Gomez is nearby. Nani's further down the left touchline. The throw goes to Nani. Back to Gomez. Gomez passed forward. Didn't find Moutinho. And it's cleared by Austria to the halfway line. Harnik did extremely well to hold off two challenges. But a third challenge came in. And well, he committed a foul. And he's been yellow carded.
Not sure it was a yellow, it was a committed challenge, but he was quick to get the yellow card out there. But already we're seeing Austria going a little bit more back to front, a little bit quicker, instead of, pedestrian passing through the midfield. And that's where they're going to get their joy from tonight, by the looks of things.
The free kick was taken more quickly than the Italian referee, Nicola Rizzoli, was happy with. So he calls the ball back, and Moutinho strikes it to Pepe. And Pepe slips it forward to Quaresma. Back to William Carvalho, putting William Carvalho under pressure. But there was another challenge, a foul challenge by Austria, and it's another free kick to Portugal. This one inside right channel, long way out from goal, at least 40 yards. And we're just getting a replay of it now. Again, there wasn't much in that.
Nothing in that at all, Alan. Totally agree with you.
Really strange. No, only Ronaldo could think of shooting from this range.
I'll make that about 36, 37 yards.
Oh, Johnny Wilkinson.
Well, here he goes. Austria have got everybody back. I think they've got three players in the wall.
See, before he hits this, Alan, Jerry, do you think he needs a three-man wall from there?
Listen,
this is the same thing with Joe Hart the other day.
I played against one of the best, Juninho Pernambucano. Wall, not wall, it didn't matter for him.
Ronaldo shoots low and hits the wall. So the wall was right. And, well, it wasn't worth the effort, really. But there you go. I thought in Joe Hart's case, you don't need a wall.
No.
Just let the players take up defensive positions and look at Bale and look how he hits the free kick. Anyway,
what do we know?
Joe Hart's still England's number one. There's no way he's going to be left out of the team for Monday's game in Saint-Etienne. I'll be there, and that'll be on 5 Live. England against Slovakia. Russia against Wales will be in 5 Live Sports Extra. We'll not be neglecting that game. Here we have Portugal 0, Austria 0. 4 minutes gone in the second half here in the Parc des Princes in Paris. Good play by Guerrero into Nani. Now Quaresma's on the far side. The pass is shorter though to Ronaldo. On to Quaresma. Nani's in the penalty area. Ronaldo's holding back, and the cross was over Nani's head. And that should be simply cleared by Austria, and is out of play.
There is a bit more energy into that Austrian team, but they need to be careful though, because they want to press high, that Portugal team, and that's twice that they're going to counter from not pressing well. So I know what they're trying to do, but the energy at least is a bit better.
Clearly you've maintained your fitness level, Thierry. I mean, all the way down to the pitch for television, and then all the way back up, not even a bead of sweat on your forehead.
I know.
Fantastic.
It's funny you never said that to me, Alan.
At least he didn't hear all the things we were saying about him at half time.
Yeah.
Only nice things. Here's William Carvalho for Portugal. To Pepe. Pepe's got a bandage around his right wrist in this second half. Pepe into William Carvalho again. And William Carvalho, that's a good ball I say it's a good ball. It was actually slightly overhit, and it was an awkward one for Guerrero to keep it in play. He did manage to keep it in play off his forehead. Now it's back to Pepe. And Austria with everybody back defending as Moutinho collects it for Portugal. On the far side of the field, it's got Villarina, the right fullback, cutting in field, crosses with the outside of his right foot. Didn't reach the target. It was Nani. But now it is with Nani. Nani rolls over, and that was a dive, and rightly ignored by the Italian referee Nicola Soli.
Wide.
Van Gartliger. He's got such an awkward name. I wouldn't pick him. I can't say his name. I'd just call him David Luiz. That's who he looks like. Here's Nani. Nani heads the ball behind Ronaldo. Cleared by the Austrian defence. Not particularly well. The first attempt. Second attempt was better. Harnik jumps. And while he was being impeded.
He's done well again, hasn't he?
We talked about it, Neil, before. There was 2 opportunities there for the Austrian team to go quick on the counter. Instead of turning forward, they turned backward and they passed that ball back.
Playing safe. When the switch of play was on quickly, I'm not sure they've got the midfield players, Thierry, to do that. Unless they drop Alaba back in there and put another attacking player on. He's the only one in that team can really play the way that they should be playing.
I understand, but it's just a matter of putting your head up.
William Carvalho plays the ball forward, then the pass is squeezed through to Quaresma. Flicks it towards the right hand side. Nani chases after it. Nani backheels the ball cleverly into the defender Hinterrigger, and it behind he goes for the corner. Good
well,
play
he's
by
done
Nani.
well. Yeah, I mean, he's made something out of nothing there. He's trying to get the crowd going as well. A good attitude there from Nani, which is something that can't always be aimed at him, but he certainly ran that down brilliantly.
Portugal attacking the end to our left in this second half, behind which the majority of their fans. So the stadium is just bathed in red. Austrian red, Portuguese red. Quaresma with the corner from the right hand side in towards the near post, comfortably headed away, and Austria see the ball into Portugal's half to Patricio, who just had the one good save to make late in the first half. He finds Gomez on the far side of the field. A Portuguese right into Moutinho, and it's back out to Quaresma once more. Now Quaresma to the right of the penalty area, swings the ball in low, doesn't reach Nani. It's cleared well by Hinterrigger, out of play for a throw into Portugal. So Austria started the second half quite brightly, but Portugal now responding. Portugal started this game with 1 point, Austria with no points. Iceland and Hungary drew 1-1 earlier. Hungary topped the group on 4 points. Now, is it a challenge by Arnautovic on Quaresma, and it's a free kick as a result.
There is something also happening that didn't happen in the first half, is that Moutinho is playing way higher, and they finally find him in the heart of the Austrian team, and then Moutinho can suddenly play out wide from being in the inside position on the field, and that didn't happen in the first half a lot.
So it's wide on the right hand side, this free kick for Portugal. It's going to be swung in left footed by Guerrero. The angle's far better than the corner, and lots of red shirts inside the Austrian penalty area to threaten a goal for Portugal. Ronaldo's on the far post, so too is Ricardo Carvalho. Guerrero went to run forward, and then the referee spotted some pushing. When is there never pushing at a free kick or a corner? Guerrero again. Here it comes now, left footed, that's overhit. William Carvalho couldn't keep the ball in play.
That's a waste. That's an absolute waste. It's a really good position, and you've got Pepe, you've got Carvalho, you've got Ronaldo, you've got great headers of the ball, and you go and do that. The Dre's manager's crazy. I'm looking at him on the screen here.
He is actually crazy.
I don't think Luis Figo was too happy with it either.
No, he could deliver a ball that way.
Yes, he could. Luis Figo watching in the crowd. Here's Harnik of Austria. He plays that ball back slightly carelessly. Ronaldo to Nani, onto Gomez. Gomez approaching the penalty area, into the penalty area, but the ball wouldn't run with him as he's suddenly submerged by white shirts, and Austria survive a little scare. Now it's forward to Harnik in the centre circle. Good anticipation by Pepe. Pepe comes forward, and Pepe still going forward. Will the ball come back? Shot driven in, great save. Ronaldo's shot.
Wow.
Flashed in.
Wow. He's about 30 yards out on his left foot, and he's absolutely zinged one. Alma kept his concentration really well. What a hit that is, Alan.
I mean, that's what he can do out of nowhere. He can unlock a situation.
Corner's taken short, and then the flag was up for offside, is it?
Oh, they're going to do it.
No, they're going to get again. The ball inside the quadrant, he's saying, the assistant, on the far side of the field. You notice how everything's in English? Or is it just my imagination? You see players complaining to referees close up. They're speaking English. Strange. Or are we just too lazy to speak another language?
Yeah. Yes.
Ronaldo with a header down. Again, it's saved by the goalkeeper.
Oh, it's magnificent. Great delivery. And that man again, he's just magnificent in the air. Gets up and he's done everything right with the header. Just straight at Alma. That was the problem.
Yeah, and Alma, apart from some dubious goal kicks that he's taken, too short, surely for the liking of his team, he's made some excellent saves, Thierry.
He's been outstanding on his line and reading the game, but with his feet he's been a bit poor, as we mentioned before.
Just seeing a repeat of that Ronaldo drive left-footed, and it was a very strong left hand by Alma, the goalkeeper, to keep it out.
You expect him to save the header, in all fairness, but the timing of Ronaldo and the way he jumps, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
He does hang there in the air.
It's a fantastic skill, and for me it's a dying art in the game. People who can really head the ball, and he's one of the best, if not the best, in the world at it.
11 minutes gone in the second half. Still Portugal 0, Austria 0. It's with Klein, the Austrian right fullback, under pressure from Gomez, but plays it in field, and then it's on towards the right side. And now Sabitzer, we thought might play through the middle today, but he's played overwhelmingly on the right hand side. Harnik has played through the middle for Austria. And here's Baumgartlinger. Then back to Hinterrigger, and Hinterrigger drives it long, looking for Harnik. Harnik jumps well, heads it on. Offside against Sabitzer. He needlessly run past the action too early. Free kick.
I know we've said it before, but every time there is something happening for Austria, it's Harnik at the end of it, or created it, or battled for it. He's the guy that's showing some desire for the Austrian team at the moment.
He plays for Stuttgart in the Bundesliga. He's actually born in Hamburg, but he has an Austrian father, hence he's playing for Austria this evening. Moutinho for Portugal. Moutinho chips it beyond Quaresma, cleared on the volley, left-footed. And it's back now to Quaresma. That was careless from Austria. And this clearance wasn't too bright either. Gomez takes it on his chest, wants it down to his feet. That's good play by Gomez. On to Guerrero, the left fullback. Guerrero approaching the penalty, just dinks it in there in the direction of Nani. Headed away by the defender. Guerrero's going to pick up the clearance. Guerrero back to Ricardo Carvalho, into William Carvalho. Hurries the pass forward. Moutinho, good control of his chest. William Carvalho again knows Moutinho, says it's mine, and he gives it to Quaresma. Quaresma to the right of the penalty area. Has support, maybe won't need it. I think he's trying to win another corner, but it's a goal kick.
I think he needs to make a change now, Colin. Alaba's very, very much on the periphery of the game for Austria. I think he needs to play it deeper. Maybe take one of the holding midfield players off and get another attacking player on here.
He's struggling back to the game. He doesn't have an idea. He doesn't see the game. He doesn't have a picture of it. It's not an easy one, in all fairness. But also for Portugal, I know, I said it before, but I want to see Renato Sanchez. He can unlock something from midfield.
Anadovic for Austria on the far side of the field, the left. Anadovic was down to walking pace. Now he plays the ball infield to Ilsanker, and wide it goes to the far side. Now Fuchs can get the cross in. Again, it's wildly overhit, and a player of his quality, what a season he's had at Leicester City, but you expect more.
He was looking for Ujoya.
Goal kick to Portugal. Patricio takes it short, just to the right of his penalty area, to Pepe, and Pepe on to Ricardo Carvalho. Ricardo Carvalho, 38 years of age, fantastic. He's still playing tournament football like this. Now Guerrero to Gomez, back to William Carvalho, and hurriedly he finds Moutinho, onto Gomez. Gomez inside right position, shoots, hits the defender, rebounds away to the far side of the field. Villarina, the right fullback, keeps it in play for Austria. Moutinho to Quaresma. Quaresma checks under his left foot, then he goes down. It's a dive.
He has a yellow though.
Well, yeah,
he has a yellow.
If he thinks
hold on a second. If that's a dive. Hold on. He's given a yellow card to Fuchs.
Well, who called it? Who called the foul? I don't get it.
Might have been your mate behind the goal line.
What is going on there? There was no free kick awarded.
Well, I'm confused, yeah. I'm confused because he actually gave a goal kick.
There is a little some, but it's
Well, Fuchs left the leg out.
Yeah.
But
it's not a yellow
but
card.
Quaresma deliberately dived over that.
Made a meal of it as well. It's another dangerous position though for Portugal here. They've got to get the delivery right this time.
We'll see. Guerrero's across there with his left foot, or it could be the right foot of Quaresma. Quaresma's teeing the ball up. My money's on the fullback. We'll see. An in-swinging free kick, perhaps, for Alma to face. Austria with every player in white, back inside the penalty area. We'll wait. Dancing around inside the box. No, it's Quaresma. Plays it in right-footed towards Ronaldo on the near post. It's headed away by the defender. Ronaldo tried to get his head on the ball, didn't do so. Gomez onto Pepe. Pepe on his right foot. There's the cross, deep towards the far post. Glancing header by the defender behind for a corner. Now that is a corner.
Starting to look a little bit leggy, Austria, and they're getting really pinned back, and the game's starting to open up for Portugal now. Again, I don't know how many corners they've had now on this. Must be nearly into double figures.
Well, I'm so startled by that booking for Fuchs.
You're still there.
What was it about? So, Quaresma from the right with the corner. Again, didn't beat the first defender on the near post. But Portugal pick up possession again. Moutinho to Quaresma. Quaresma onto his right foot. The cross is too high for Ronaldo, easily caught by Alma. Well, I'm trying to think. They haven't ever kept a clean sheet at a European Championship game, Austria. Never. They're on for it tonight.
Really?
Never. The last clean sheet in a major tournament was against Algeria in the 1982 World Cup. So this is some achievement if they hold out, as they're doing at the moment. Portugal 0, Austria 0, 17 minutes gone in the second half.
They got a bit of luck, in all fairness, but can we say that in the second half that Portugal did enough really to, apart from a couple of shots from outside of the box?
Changes. I see Sanchez is one of those players warming up for Portugal on this near touchline. Meantime, Austria on the attack. Sabitzer crosses towards the far post. It took a deflection off a defender, looked in the air, but was caught by Patricio. And Schopp, you think, is coming on? Hinterseer? Yeah. Where's all this knowledge coming from, Mr. Lennon? I know you're the new Hibs manager. Are you just scouting for players already?
Absolutely.
Championship? Quite right.
He passed the ball with his knee.
Yeah. Wow. Not seen that before.
Impressive.
It is Schopp who's coming on for Austria. Meantime, Portugal in possession. On the far side, the right. Moutinho back to Pepe. William Carvalho is available, but Pepe's looking further forward. Returns the pass to Moutinho. And Moutinho moving in field now. Onto the captain Ronaldo. Back to Moutinho. Moutinho, foul challenge. Ooh. Allegedly by Baumgartlinger. And here's a free kick in an excellent position for Ronaldo.
Well, he's either genuinely hurt or he's making a real meal of this. One of the two. Oh yeah, that's a sore one.
Oh yeah.
He stood right on the front of his foot. That is sore.
Well, the free kick is in the inside right channel as Portugal look at it. It's about 4 paces. It's a bit more than that. 5, 6 paces from the edge of the Austrian penalty area. Angle slightly acute. Will that bother Ronaldo? No. Not a bit of it.
Oh, Alaba.
He's taking Alaba
Interesting.
off.
Fascinating.
Oh dear, oh dear. I think he's just going to try and shut up shop now, so he is. That's a strange decision for me.
So, certainly pre-match, you think of Alaba as Portugal's best player.
He's not happy.
Anyway, Schopp is on for Alaba.
He's had a good look at the coach there, around.
Portugal with his free kick.
That's a lot of free kicks already for Ronaldo.
Legs apart for Cristiano Ronaldo. His customary stance. He's only about 5 paces from the ball. The referee is happy. Will Ronaldo be happy in a split second's time? There it goes, driven over just over the crossbar.
Listen, he had how many against Iceland? He had a couple of 3, I think. He had already 2 tonight. You know, you can't let him have that amount of free kicks usually, and hopefully Austria won't commit more.
Well, Schopp is now in Alaba's position. It's a strange one, that. Substitute player who's seen by most as your best player. But hey, if you're not delivering, Thierry.
Especially, I'll go back to where he played, I think. That was a problem for Alaba today, and you would have liked to think that maybe you would have made him play in front of the defense and change someone else.
That's what I'd have done.
But no.
He's going to the two big holding midfield players. I've done well defensively, but they give you nothing, absolutely nothing going forward.
25 minutes left for play here at the Parc des Princes. Portugal 0, Austria 0. Here's Gomez for Portugal. On to Ronaldo. Ronaldo just taps in with his left foot further towards the right flank towards Quaresma. Back to Viorina. Viorina hits the ball crossfield. Guerrero, the left fullback. The pass on the right fullback. The cross, not great. Easily, comfortably headed clear by Austria. And now they can look for Harnik on the halfway line again. He has a glancing header on, won't find a colleague because Pepe's there first for Portugal. Pepe to Guerrero, one back by Austria. Now, Harnik's through the middle. I'm not sure his colleague saw that. If he'd seen it and played the ball early, shot,
is the same.
Harnik could have been through.
We go back to the same thing. One touch through for Harnik, and he's through 1v1.
Here's Ronaldo.
The ball.
Ronaldo to Quaresma. Down the right, Ronaldo sprints forward to join Nani inside the penalty area. The cross was straight into the hands of the goalkeeper.
That's poor. You know, he's got time to take Fuchs on or get his head up, and he's just put it straight in the arms of the goalkeeper. I wonder if Santos is thinking of making a change as well. Whilst Portugal are on top, they're not really affecting the goalkeeper at the minute.
There's Patricio, the Portuguese goalkeeper, out to the right side. Viorina, taken up by William Carvalho. William Carvalho seems to have a circle of space around him the whole evening. Never challenged, so he just picks out a simple pass. Here's Gomez. Gomez to Quaresma. William Carvalho. Now Moutinho. Moutinho just chips the ball to the left side. Instant control by Guerrero. Guerrero glides the cross in. Nani with the header backwards. Ronaldo was thinking about an overhead kick. I thought he was blocked there, but anyway, the referee says no, it's a free kick to Austria.
He's given a free kick because I think Ronaldo was trying to overhead kick.
He was, but he never really left the ground, did he?
No, he's already touched the guy either.
What was I saying about Nicola Rizzoli being a great referee? No,
he's done all right.
There's been one or two decisions tonight, slightly.
A bit pedantic.
Yeah, a little bit. Halfway through the second half here in Paris. Portugal 0, Austria 0. Earlier in this group it finished Iceland 1, Hungary 1. Iceland were within 5 minutes plus stoppage time of all 3 points. Hungary, very important equaliser. That's why they sit on top of this group so far on 4 points.
Oh,
ball's gone behind and it's a goal kick. Wow.
I'll tell you what, I don't know.
I've just seen a look on Alaba's face.
He can't be happy, Alan.
I know he ain't a happy bunny. No question of that. 22 minutes that are left for play, and he thinks he should still be making a contribution for his country out there. William Carvalho for Portugal to Moutinho in the centre circle, and on to Ricardo Carvalho. Ricardo Carvalho has Guerrero to his left, plays it to the left fullback, albeit a little bit behind him. Forward it goes to Ronaldo. Back now on the halfway line, Moutinho, and to Pepe. I think they had 61% of the possession in the first half, Portugal. It's looking like that in the second half. The cross into the penalty, the Austrian penalty area. Nani appeals that it went behind off a defender. He glares at the goal line assistant. You do look good in that uniform. You do, honestly. I'm sure everybody's very proud of you back home. 21 minutes to go. It's a whole fashion industry now that's been created for referees. Why did we have the officials in the England-Wales game wearing blue?
No idea.
Sorry, no, they weren't wearing blue, they were wearing red. Because I was stupefied as to why Wales weren't playing in red.
Yeah, I was trying to work that out the other day.
Is that a commercial contract?
I actually think so.
For the referee to wear red.
Not tonight. I mean, what is going on? Anyway, free kick taken by Austria towards Harnik. Harnik has worked so unselfishly, but he hasn't had great service. Austria get the ball back, only temporarily because the referee spotted a late foul challenge, and it's Van Gartlinger.
I think the two best players so far is Almer and Harnik
for Austria.
Well, even
in the game,
can you say the game? Because the goalkeeper of Austria has been, apart from his,
at least half a dozen saves.
Yeah, and Harnik has been all over the place, to be fair.
20 minutes to go. João Maria was coming on to replace Quaresma. for Portugal. What about that, Thierry?
Well, I guess, he's disappointed with what Quaresma has done, and he goes back to who he put in the first place in the first game. So he's going to trust Joao Mario. I don't know what that's going to change, but let's hope for Portugal is going to bring something that we didn't see against Iceland.
Well, he had to make the change because it's just gone a bit stale. While Portugal are having all the ball, there's not really much creativity for the last 5 or 10 minutes.
Guerrero back to Ricardo Carvalho, swept on to the right of the centre circle to Pepe. William Carvalho is available, as he usually is, but Pepe's looking further forward. He's looking towards his captain, Ronaldo with a glancing header on to Nani in the penalty. Ball breaks and the shot was driven in by the substitute João Maria, but easily intercepted by Austria and cleared out of play on the far side of the field. Have you noticed Arnautovic?
I was just thinking that, Alan, myself. He's hardly touched the ball, and he's back to his temperamental worst, histrionics, and almost looking like he's sulking.
And he's in his position, by the way.
He is, yes.
I mean, not trying to find any excuses for Alaba, but Alaba didn't play in his position. He tried to do something that didn't work. Arnautovic is in his position and he's not offering a lot.
Here's Prödl, the central defender for Austria, to Baumgartlinger. His header wasn't clever. Maria intercepts for Portugal on the far side of the field. Controlled it well, and then he was caught there by Fuchs. Fuchs, who's been yellow carded already in the game, but Austria take the ball up and they're over the halfway line now. It's played towards the right side. Harnik, always available inside that penalty area, always working hard. It's with Sabitzer, a yard in from the right touchline, and he's being forced to retreat a couple of yards. Now he plays the ball forward. Van Gartlinger goes forward and he gets a free kick. He was always looking for the challenge.
Yeah, he was.
And now
Arnautovic is isolating up here.
What about Alaba? Alaba can take that for fun, but he's on the bench. Hopefully someone else can take that. But if you have Alaba there, it's almost a penalty. He takes them well.
Well, the Austrian player just ran deliberately into Moutinho.
Yeah.
Lent his left leg against the Portuguese leg and fell down.
Yeah, he's basically bought the free kick and the referee's
bought it.
Yep, absolutely.
So, who's going to strike it? I would fancy Arnautovic. He will certainly fancy it. It's slightly to the right of the D as he looks at it. 25 yards from goal, maybe a little bit further. Arnautovic with an opportunity for Austria. And we've only got 17 minutes left for play. Portugal have had all the chances. Fuchs might take it. No, he runs over it, and then it's chipped into the penalty. And what was that?
I'll tell you what it was.
Kick.
It was absolutely rubbish.
Desperate.
That's what it was. Rubbish.
I don't understand. You're suffering to create anything,
exactly,
and you don't take a chance.
Exactly.
Let Barcelona do that.
Yes, because they've got the players to do it,
and also they will have the ball most of the game.
Opportunity thrown away by Austria. The US Open Golf, by the way, is on Sports Extra. I wasn't going to mention the US Open Golf because Rory missed the cut.
Yeah, we are mourning here, Alan, aren't we?
We are in mourning. Rory McIlroy missed the cut. But Lee Westwood is thereabouts. Sports Extra for US Open Golf commentary here on 5 Live. That's 5 Live Sports Extra, of course. This is 5 Live. We've got 16 minutes to go here in the Parc des Princes in Paris. Portugal 0, Austria 0. Hungary will be loving this. Hungary play Portugal in the last game. Portugal on the attack. Ball played in low from the right-hand side by Viorina, and then it's intercepted by Austria, but cleared out of play. I thought with Arnautovic on the pitch, at least let him hit the free kick.
I know.
Dear, oh dear, what's he thinking? What am I doing here? You're playing in the European Championship, son. It's with Moutinho for Portugal. Good flick pass to William Carvalho. Hurried on in the direction of Nani. Cleared by the Austrian defence over the halfway line, and look, they're just holding their positions now.
Yeah, but for me, Carvalho doesn't need to play that ball. He's trying to force the issue at the minute, Thierry. They just need to be patient.
That's exactly what I was going to say. You don't even try to move their units, and you try to pass the ball through their wall. It's impossible. Move them from right to left, and at one point you're going to find an opener, and then you pass it on, not just right from the start.
Fuchs plays it back to Alma. You're listening to 5 Live with Neil Lennon and Thierry Henry. here in the Parc des Princes in Paris. We await a goal. It may not come. Can't suit either of these two teams, the way they've started this championship. Here's William Carvalho. William Carvalho plays it towards the left side, towards Guerrero. It bounces awkwardly, and neither he nor Ronaldo could keep it in play, and Ronaldo looked terribly frustrated. As you would do, you're aware of his immense talent, and you're seeing another game not go quite the way you would have wished.
Well, what I'm looking for from Portugal is more urgency. You know, that real well played.
Lovely touch by Arnautovic. Probably his first decent action in the whole game, but his colleague couldn't make best use of it, and it's cleared by Portugal to Nani on the far side of the field. Nani in field, and now João Maria rushes over the halfway line. Prudl gets there first, puts it into the crowd. Throw in to Austria, thrown to Ronaldo, surrounded by white shirts, falls down, not fouled.
I tell
not
you
a free
what,
kick.
Prudl and Interreger played really well. Also, the both centre back, they've been really solid. Apart from the chance that Nani had where Prudl mistackled or misjudged Nani's touch, they've been really solid.
On the far side, it's with Arnautovic, and Arnautovic tried to swing the ball in field. It hit a Portuguese player. Moutinho plays it to the right side, and then Arnautovic makes up his earlier deficiency by taking the ball off João Maria, and that was good work by the Stoke player. Austria now move forward. They've got players inside the Portuguese half, three of them against three defenders. Now what can they do? Harnik's trying to keep in a good position, but the pass couldn't find him. Shop's pass wasn't good enough, and it's cleared to Gomez for Portugal. 13 minutes left for play. Portugal 0, Austria 0. Now Nani, left side. Ronaldo's edge of the penalty area. Attempted 1-2 between Nani and Gomez. Didn't come off. Gomez's return pass wasn't great, but Portugal win the ball back. And now Guerrero. Plenty of room to pull back. Just to the left of the defender. Swings it in low. Penalty.
And it is.
Foul on Ronaldo.
Definite.
It is.
Ronaldo was in. That could be a red card as well.
You know what? I followed the play all the way from outside of the box. Ronaldo gained position, and Interreger, I think, started to pull him, and we were just saying how great he was. What a mistake. You can see he gained position now, and now you can't hold him. Bye-bye.
Big error by the central
Can I ask
defender.
you a
He was
question?
holding him from the time Ronaldo got into the penalty area.
Why is that not a red card?
Well, they've changed the rules about fouls inside the penalty area. They're still working themselves out, I think, the referees.
Right.
But critically, Portugal have a penalty.
And that's all Ronaldo was waiting for.
Ronaldo.
There is a player that injured himself also out there.
Wonder if Almo will fancy this, the form he's been in tonight.
Prudl trying to have a word with Ronaldo before he takes the penalty kick. Don't think Ronaldo will be put off. Now Alma has been a hero in the Austrian goal. Ronaldo has set a caps record tonight, passing Luis Figo. Could this be goal 59 of his international career? Might it give Portugal all 3 points on a night when they could do with all 3 points? 12 minutes to go. Ronaldo right-footed. Hits the post. Cleared behind.
I'll claim that.
Did you call it, yeah?
I called it. I wasn't brave enough to say it out loud.
Why not?
Because you have to respect the freak. But I didn't. You have to give him his respect. You don't score 1 billion goal in 1 half in your career. I give him his respect, but I didn't fancy him. I really didn't. I don't know why.
Was it his body language?
I don't know. I don't know. He was talking to the ref just before to concentrate on taking the pen. I don't know if you saw. He's talking to the ref. He's looking, concentrate on your penalty. I mean, it's not easy. I missed so many, by the way. But I don't know why I didn't fancy him for some reason.
Right, Portugal try to atone for Ronaldo's missed penalty. They're on the attack again. The ball squirts out of play. It's going to be a Portuguese throw-in. Well, the keeper went to the left.
Yeah, you've done him. He's only got to hit the target.
He just got it. Well, I know it's easy to say, but I wasn't expecting him to miss.
Put the ball in the back of the net.
Wasn't expecting him to miss. Guerrero, forward, edge of the penalty area. Half cleared by Austria, who've really got out of it. And now the cross in by Gomez. Cleared once more. Ricardo Carvalho to the far side. There's a cross swung in the direction of Ronaldo. The keeper caught it, and now Ronaldo's got his head down.
You're right. His body language is not, you have to pick yourself up because they need him obviously to perform in this tournament and obviously win the game today.
It's as if it's not my night.
It wasn't a great strike, Alan, either, was it? Normally he absolutely thrashes the ball, but he sort of seemed to scuff it a little bit. I've been impressed with him tonight, Guerrero, the left back.
Yeah.
I think he's had a fine game.
Guerrero in possession just short of the halfway line. Taps it back to William Carvalho. On to Gomez. Gomez hasn't had a shabby game either. Gomez runs forward and then he's tackled.
One
and
touch.
Austria have the ball. It's with Schopp, the rather controversial Austrian substitute for Alaba. And now it's played down the right touchline. Savica is after. Savica controls it, tries to cross into the penalty area, comes off Ricardo Carvalho on the side of play for an Austrian throw-in. We've got 9 minutes left for play.
I'm sure some people heard me saying one touch because there's so many opportunities for Austria where if they were a bit more brave, almost like Leicester-like, play, make mistake, go forward as quick as you can, and Portugal would have been in trouble, but they want to secure it when there is space to go on the counter.
Ronaldo chests the ball back to William Carvalho. On it goes to Nani. Nani, though, caught in possession inside his own half. Austria heartened by that Ronaldo miss. And now it's played to Schopp. Schopp didn't control it, but it's back to Klein. I think Austrian heads are lifted. That's a good crossfield ball to the far side of the field and on by Fuchs. Arnautovic takes it up. Arnautovic goes to cut inside. Can't get past the defender initially. Now he gets the ball again from Fuchs. He's inside the penalty. Crosses low and it's played by Ricardo Carvalho.
What a tackle from Carvalho.
Fuchs crosses the ball into the penalty area once more, and this time it's a definite clearance by Pepe out of play.
I don't care how old he is. You don't teach that. That's love. That's love for he defends. He loves to defend. You can be 50 years old. He would have done the same thing. Well done, Carvalho.
Knowledge. The throw in for Austria just outside the Portuguese penalty. A shot went down, didn't get a free kick. Portugal on the counter attack here. Nani looks very tired. Nani loses the ball cheaply again. How many minutes to go? 7.5. Baumgartlinger to the right side and Savica flicked infield, cleared by Ricardo Carvalho. There was a thought that he might be left out tonight just to give him a little bit of a rest, Ricardo Carvalho, but again he's been immense.
He's looked fantastic tonight, I have to say. Really, really comfortable. Right, here's another change. Eder is coming on and the player making way is Gomez. So Eder is on. It looks like they're going to go 4-4-2.
That's of course for Portugal.
Yep.
I don't know what you think, Neil, about Gomez, but I haven't been impressed with him against Iceland or tonight.
Austria are going to make a substitution as well very shortly. They're going to bring on Hinterseer. Eder wins the ball, gets it back to Nani, into William Carvalho, who finds Guerrero, or at least he should have done, but the pass was under hit. Austria have possession once more. They're looking as if they fancy a winning goal here, Austria. Can they get an incisive pass? Can they reach that man, Harnik? So unselfish the whole evening. But Portugal take it up again on the far side of the field. Appeals for a handball. Ronaldo appealed to the assistant. The assistant responded with a flag up and the referee blew his whistle. It's a free kick. And here's the Austrian change. And it's Savica who's coming off. And Hinterseer coming on to replace him.
Well, Eder will give Portugal something a little bit different, more of a physical presence in the central area, and maybe they've got to put the ball in the box for him. Another set play, Alan. Can they get the delivery right? Because the deliveries overall have been poor tonight. 6
minutes left for play. Ronaldo is furthest forward of the Portuguese players inside that Austrian penalty area. He'll retreat a couple of yards shortly. They're still waiting for the substitution to be completed. It is now. Hinterseer immediately rushes forward towards his own box, taking up a defensive role. The free kick from the right for Portugal. Guerrero plays it in, a free header from Ronaldo, and Ronaldo has
he's
won
offside.
it. Oh, he's offside.
Did you hear what I said, Neil? You don't make a substitution on the free kick.
No.
Or on the corner.
It's always,
everybody knows that. You just don't do that.
They've got away with it again. Is he offside?
Yes, he is. Clearly offside.
You just don't. You wait, then you change.
Yes.
It ain't Cristiano Ronaldo's night. He's missed a penalty. And, he was standing in an offside position. And I said, he's got to come back a couple of yards. He has to. He didn't come back far enough. So even though the header beat the goalkeeper Almer, it was rightly ruled off the goal for offside.
And do you know
5
what? It
minutes
was a
to go.
brilliant delivery as well.
Wasn't it?
For once, like, you know, they got delivery spot on.
As a yellow card.
Are we on again for
For
a
sure.
late goal?
Well, there've been so many of them,
I hope so.
haven't there? So many of them in this European Championship.
I think the game deserves a goal because it's been
Yeah, no,
it's been enjoyable, you know.
That's not a 0-0 in all fairness. It should have been, Portugal should have been leading in the game already.
It's another change. The Sanka's coming off. He's replaced by Wimmer. Wow. Austria have flirted with defeat more than a couple of times tonight. The goalkeeper's been outstanding. He couldn't get anywhere near Ronaldo's penalty, but the post was enough to stop that going in. And then Ronaldo's just been rightly ruled offside, his header having eluded the goalkeeper. About 4 minutes to go before added time. And all these substitutions add up to added time, of course. Ronaldo, that's a lovely little flick backwards towards Guerrero, the left full-back. Guerrero, who's had an excellent evening, to William Carvalho, onto the far side of the field. And now it's swung in, deep, looking for Ronaldo. It's his header on. He claims it comes off the defender, but it's not. It's a goal kick. And he puts his hands in his hips. He looks to the fans, and they stand away to the left behind the goal. And, well, it ain't happening for me. It ain't happening for me, he says. No one can say he hasn't had chances. As things stand, Hungary will continue to top the group on 4 points. Portugal would go level with Iceland on 2 points, and Austria would have 1 point. And the final games in this group, Austria against Iceland, Portugal against Hungary. Now here's Rafa Silva, who will emerge as the latest substitute for Portugal. 2.5 minutes of the regular time to go. They're not ready yet. Austria have a throw-in. They've now got another throw-in a bit deeper inside the Portuguese half. Klein will take it again. And while they're on the defence of Portugal, they don't want to make a change, which is the mistake that Austria made. Klein, level with the edge of the Portuguese penalty. That looked like handball by Shop. He got away with it. And then
dear.
as he crossed the ball in,
Oh dear.
well,
Why didn't he just blow up initially? Why
I
why
don't-
did the wait, Alan?
I don't understand that. Well, there's a lot of things I don't understand, let's face it.
Up next to
Throughout
us,
my
don't worry.
life.
You're not on your own.
But it's a free kick, rightly a free kick for Portugal. Patricio to take it, 2 minutes left of the 90. And here's the change, Nani's coming off.
No, Renato.
Nani is off, and Silva is on. Nani has looked pretty tired over the last few minutes. Caught a possession.
I can feel your frustration sometimes, Neil, as a manager now.
Can you feel
Like,
it now,
I
yeah?
feel that you're like, why does he not blow the whistle? Why does he blow it?
Trust me, Thierry, it's far worse when you're down there in that technical area.
Oh,
Free kick is taken. Portugal now have the ball inside the Austrian half, and it's the substitute Silva sprinting forward into the penalty unchallenged. His cross wasn't quite right. Beaten away. Now it's played back into the box. Beaten away once more by Austria. Now they can counter-attack. Shot for the far side of the field. Harnick's the only one in a really forward position. The ball's inside the Austrian half, and it's played back carefully to Hinterrigger. Hinterrigger hits it over the halfway line. Chance for Austria. Ball is into Harnick. Harnick plays it wide again. Now they've got 3 players in the penalty area, waiting for the cross. Played in deep, headed away by the left full-back Guerrero, and it's out of play for a throw-in.
Good. It's open. I think there's going to be one more chance in this game before the final whistle now, for whichever team always is when we go into injury time.
Jerry has to take over his television duties, quite rightly. We basically stole him from television tonight, and he's been fantastic company. Inside the last of the 90 minutes. Throw in for Austria, taken by Klein. Gets it back. Klein taps it forward, no offside flag. Ball still in play, and no, it's not. It's behind for a goal kick.
Well, they need to hurry up now, Portugal. It suits Austria, this.
Well, I think they would have expected to win this game, Portugal, and given the chances they've had, given the way they've dominated possession, they should have won the game.
Yeah, I totally
They might
agree with
yet
you.
win the game.
Yeah.
Here's Shop. Takes the ball on his chest. Harnick had headed it forward, then he suffered a bit of cramp. not unreasonably so, given his contribution in the game. And it's a free kick to Austria inside the centre circle. I didn't see how much added time was added on there. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Ball fading deep. Arnautovic is there in the penalty, and it's hooked away by Pepe. Pepe's absolutely furious, though Arnautovic was offside, as it turned out. But Pepe was furious that he didn't have enough support.
He was isolated there, wasn't he?
Totally isolated.
Switched off.
Had Arnautovic timed his run correctly, but anyway, Pepe's clearance got the ball away anyway to safety. And now they've got a free kick, Portugal. 2 and a bit minutes of added time remaining. The free kick taken short by Patricia. And now it's on the near side with Silva. Silva to Eder. The interception by Austria, but that wasn't a convincing clearance, and it's taken up by Villarina. Villarina coming forward. Plays the ball towards the right side. And it's Ronaldo. Ronaldo shoots, deflects off a defender. Ball's looping in towards the edge of the penalty area. That was better defending by Austria. Firm header away. And I think they can clear it properly on the far side of the field. They do. Up to the halfway line. Good play again by Harnik. I think he's been their man of the match. Now it's chipped forward towards the left-hand side. Portugal back defending that. Well, it's an Austrian throw-in. Excellent work by Schopp. And they keep the ball this deep inside the Portuguese half. The worst they're going to get is a draw, Austria, which I think is what they would have been very happy with pre-kick-off if you'd offered it to them.
Well, I think on the balance of the performance, they'll be absolutely delighted with the point. You know, as you say, you know, it's been a dominant Portuguese performance, but the object of the game, Alan, is to put the ball in the net, and they failed to do that on numerous occasions tonight. They've played well. It's not like they haven't played well. They have played well. You know, if you're creating chances, dominating the ball, you're playing well. Well, it's an injustice if it goes to 0-0 as far as the Portuguese are concerned.
45 seconds of added time remaining. The ball played high for Ronaldo. He didn't get contact on it, but it falls to Rafa Silva, left of the penalty area, the Austrian penalty area. Then he's tackled, loses it. It's chipped towards the halfway line. Ricardo Carvalho heads it back. On by Guerrero. Silva, who's been a busy little player since he came on, just encourages a poor clearance by Austria. And it's with Pepe inside the centre circle. 20 seconds of added time remaining. Pepe to the right side. And there's the cross into the penalty area. High towards Eder, the substitute. Eder, a glancing header from him, but it's out of play. And that'll be a relieving throw into Austria. They'll not rush about this, because by the time the throw in is taken, if not before, the final whistle will be blown.
Yeah, again, not the best of crosses from Varina in the wide area. They worked it into a good position, but never really threatened the goal with a cross.
Klein to take the throw in. So it'll be 2 draws for Portugal. Disappointment again for Cristiano Ronaldo, and they'll have 1 game to make it right. The last game. The final whistle has gone. It's an injustice, a 0-0 scoreline in Portugal. An injustice. They've had all the chances. They've had a missed penalty. They've had Nani head against the post. All kinds of things that threatened the Austrian goal. Almer's outstanding.
Yes,
the
totally
goalkeeper, absolutely outstanding. But Austria will be very pleased with this.
They'll be pleased with it, yeah. But I was disappointed with Austria tonight. You know, considering the qualifying campaign that they had, Alan, they didn't really offer very, very much. You know, and it was a dominant Portuguese performance. And I think you're right. I think Austria will be really, really pleased with the point, and they've got a big game against Iceland coming up now, as do Portugal, by the way. They've got an idiot on the pitch here.
Big games to come. It's finished here in the Parc des Princes. Portugal 0, Austria 0.